Hello everyone, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino, which is located right off of Las Vegas Boulevard here. And across the street is the Las Vegas International Airport. And looking to the north would be the Luxor Hotel right there. And to the south of Mandalay Bay, just walking out towards Vegas Boulevard, not a whole lot. This looks to be the last major hotel on the south side of Las Vegas Boulevard. And also across the street, these two giant concrete columns, those were, let me see if I can zoom in here. There's one of them right there. It's pretty tall, about 30-40 stories tall. And okay, there's a better view. There's Vegas Boulevard. And that was supposed to be a observation wheel, which I believe that land is also owned by the MGM Corporation, which owns the Mandalay Bay here. And the Luxor and Excalibur as well, which are up the street. Anyhow, getting back to the Mandalay Bay, this hotel was built by Circus Circus Enterprises. Let's see if I get a better view of it. They got this giant entrance here that's blocking most of the hotel, but there it is in the back. And anyhow, so the Mandalay Bay was opened and built by Circus Circus Enterprises and opened on March 2nd, 1999. The hotel has 3,209 rooms and suites, is 43 stories tall, and has a 135,000 square foot casino and a 1.5 million square foot convention center. The Mandalay Bay Resort cost approximately $800 million to build in 1999, which by today's standards is a bargain for these giant hotels. And not only did they build the Mandalay Bay, but to the directly to the west of the Mandalay Bay in 2003, they built a second hotel. And at the time it opened as the hotel, and they later changed the name of the hotel to the Delano Hotel, and I believe that's about a 1,200 room hotel, and just basically looks to be a smaller version of the Mandalay Bay. They're both approximately the same height and the same color. They have the gold exterior windows. And just gonna walk over to the main casino area and see what's going on inside at the Mandalay Bay. And they have some water fountains here and kind of a tropical theme with palm trees in the back, and this giant entrance here have some neat stonework as a walkway, and hopefully this goes to the hotel. I believe it does. More waterfalls. It feels like the temperature cooled down by at least 15-20 degrees just walking through here. You could feel the cool breeze coming off of the water, so it's always nice to have a lot of water when you're out in the desert. And it looks like this tunnel here just goes under the driveway up above. I believe that would be the valet parking area. And once again, the temperature just shot up by 20 degrees once we leave the water area. And this should take us to the main hotel. I actually have not been this way before, so if I get lost, that's always a possibility. And it's pretty easy to get lost in these hotels, as they're just massive buildings, and they really don't build hotels this big outside of Las Vegas. It doesn't matter whether you go to New York or Los Angeles. And there's the Mandalay Bay main tower right there, and sign up here says valet pickup area. Doesn't look like it's too busy here today. It's a Sunday afternoon, so I was not expecting too many crowds here. Just besides being a Sunday, also the coronavirus seems to be slowing everything down, especially with the airports. They're just not flying very many people out here anymore. And here's the valet pickup area. I believe the drop-off area would be that driveway upstairs. And here's the kind of the basement entrance. And just got to get my face mask on. And just walking through the basement entrance of the Mandalay Bay, and there's a set of escalators that should take us to the main casino floor here. And a lot of indoor waterfalls and tropical themed architecture. And this is the second escalator, which should finally take me to the ground floor. And off to the left here says hotel lobby check-in area. And this would be the main hotel check-in area. Doesn't look like it's too busy today, just a couple people checking in. And here's a atrium and main lobby area here. There's a set of these giant windows. Looks like it looks out over outdoor area. Another set of waterfalls and palm trees. Continuing our tour, let's go back find the main casino. And it looks like at this hotel too, they are taking people's temperature. So if you do have a fever or a cough, they won't let you check into the hotel. And just walking back the way we came, off to the right, here's the escalators that go back downstairs to the valet drop-off area. And off to the left is a cocktail and coffee lounge. It's called Hazel's. And this looks like this would be the main entrance to the hotel. And to the right, there's a retail store, Paradiso Retail. Looks like women's clothing. And then this would be the main casino area. A lot of slot machines. Never run out of slot machines when you're in Las Vegas. I believe this hotel has over 2,000 of them. So it shouldn't really matter what time of the year you come here, you're always going to find a slot machine. And off to the right is where you would go to get your club card to join the MGM Grand. It's called M Life, and it basically works the same way as it does at the Caesars properties. It just tracks your points, and you get discounts for rooms and dining and whatnot. And looks like this would be towards the northeast corner of the casino. And this might take a little bit of time to walk around here because I believe at 130,000 square feet or so, that would be like about 3 football fields of slot machines and table games. And it looks like this would be the tram station, which would go to the neighboring hotels, the Luxor next door and the Excalibur, which is located further north. And here's a tattoo shop called Starlight Tattoo. And off to the right is another bar. This one's called the House of Blues. And the sign says great food and live music. I don't hear any live music, but it looks like there's a few people inside at the bar. And of course, more slot machines. And it looks like they have most of the table games at the center of the hotel or the casino, which I'm kind of walking on the corners of it. And looks like this corridor here would lead to the shops at Mandalay Place, which is basically like their retail area. And I believe that connects to the Luxor. So you could do your shopping on the way to the Luxor Hotel. And then this corridor up ahead would connect to the Delano Hotel, which don't want to go that way either. And getting back into the main casino area. Also of note to point out, when the MGM or when the Mandalay Bay was being built, in 1999, they actually had some problems with this hotel sinking, and it actually sank about 17 inches, and they were able to solve that problem by installing 500 steel rods 200 feet into the earth, and each of the rods they filled with concrete, and supposedly those anchors stop the hotel from sinking further. And to the right is the cashier cage where, of course, you can go and cash in all your winning chips. And directly ahead is another bar. I don't see the name to this bar, but it's a pretty large bar. Oh, here we go. It's called Rhythm and Riffs. And it looks like if I keep walking the corners, it's just going to have more slot machines. So let's see what's going on near the center of the casino here. This looks like where they have all their table games. Here's some roulette, 2 roulette tables, and looks like they have some blackjack tables here, and the rest of them are closed. So not too much going on. And then here's another bar off to the left. This one is called the Eye Candy Bar. No eye candy today, as they look closed. And I'm back at the M Life Club Card office. And that pretty much concludes our tour. I have a little bit extra time, so I'll see if I missed anything walking the south corner of the casino. Probably not. It's probably going to be mostly the same slot machines. And I have a little bit of extra time, so I'll walk over to the retail area as well. That would be the retail corridor, which connects to the Luxor Hotel next door. And to the left here, this looks like the Mandalay Bay buffet. It's called Bayside Buffet. And it looks dark right now because of the coronavirus, but it looks to be a pretty big buffet area. And this looks to be the food court area. I have not been over here yet. Looks like just a lot of closed restaurants. This one's a Kumi Japanese restaurant and bar. It's just completely closed. Looks like they got a lot of seafood. The Shio salmon, $30. Not sure. Probably go for sushi, just with all this virus stuff going on and whatnot. Anyhow, here's another restaurant. This one's called Strip Steak. And Looks like the sign up ahead says this leads to the business convention area. So this would be the massive 1.5 million square feet of convention space, which that would probably be a YouTube video all by itself. If the casino is about 130,000 square feet, 1.5 million, I mean, that would be basically like 30 football fields of business convention space at just this one hotel. But it also would serve the neighboring hotels, the Luxor and the Excalibur. I don't believe they have their own business convention areas, but I'm sure it's just a massive space. And I don't have time today to check that out. And I'm still looking for the corridor that leads to the retail shops. I'll find it around here somewhere. And just getting back into the main casino area here. To the right is the buffet that we passed earlier. And let's make a left down this corridor here. Back into the massive 3 football fields of slot machines and table games. They also have a Michael Jackson 1 theater here as well. And that is named after Michael Jackson, and I believe the show is also inspired by Michael Jackson. And looks like more table games. And continuing on the tour of the casino, just leaving the Tender Steakhouse. And it looks like upstairs is the shopping area at the Mandalay Bay. That would be the hotel to the south. Don't have time yet to check that out, and let's continue on with the Luxor. Here's the Center Bar and Lounge, which again tells us we're at the center of the casino area. And looks like the center bar is surrounded by table games, blackjack, roulette, and craps. And it's kind of a slow day today. It's a Sunday afternoon, so I wasn't really expecting it to be too crowded here. And off to the right is the cashier cage, where you could cash in all your winning chips. And here's a esports arena, which I believe is just a video game arcade-like area. I think that's where they had their old nightclub. They used to have the LAX nightclub, and they took that out. Here's another bar area, which pretty much the same as all the bars you're gonna see in Las Vegas. Mostly sports themed bars, and just a lot of big screen TVs. And let's see if we can check out the food court area upstairs. This would be back at the main entrance, where the valet parking, and up ahead is the hotel check-in area where we were just at. And it looks like there's an escalator off to the left here that takes us to the second floor, and they should have more fast food restaurants and bars upstairs. Now on the escalator, and here's a little bit better of a view. There's the check-in area, the Aurora Lounge and Bar right over there. And here's the indoor atrium area. This whole inside is like a giant atrium basically. And I believe this is the largest atrium in the world. And here's the upstairs area. Have a Diablo's Cantina. And here's another bar at the Diablo's. And there's a ticket box office. Looks like this would be the Blue Man Theater entrance, which I also believe is going to be closed. See what the sign says. Tournaments for tonight's performance have been canceled. Okay. And here's another obelisk. This looks like pretty much the center of the building, this giant concrete obelisk, and more Egyptian statues next to the obelisk. And here's another showroom. This one is the atrium showroom here. And off to the right, they have a Titanic artifact exhibition. And let's see if this is open here. You can see some artifacts related to the Titanic. It looks like it was just the gift shop area in there. And I believe this is the actual exhibit area. It looks like this is all going to be closed. But they're supposed to have various artifacts related to the sinking of the Titanic. And to the right is an oxygen bar. Just in case you're running low on oxygen, I guess they could help you there. And here's a Starbucks coffee shop, and this would be the food court area. Here's LA Subs, which is closed. And some of these names look familiar. Here's a Bonanno's New York pizza. I believe they have these at the New York and MGM. And looks like the prices are the same. A whole pizza is $39. And there, to the right would be a Johnny Rockets restaurant. Looks like burgers. And here's a Nathan's hot dog, followed by the original chicken tender. And that looks like that would be the end of the fast food places. And that concludes our tour of the second floor and the Luxor. Thank you. And just leaving the casino area, back at the House of Blues. And this would be the north side of the Mandalay Bay. There's a corridor upstairs that crosses over to the Luxor. And along the corridors where they have the retail shopping for both the Mandalay Bay and the Luxor hotels. just up these escalators here. And it looks like off to the right is a ice cream shop, or actually that looks like a gelato. It's kind of hard to find the ice cream shop in Las Vegas. They usually just have the gelato stores, which somewhat like ice cream, but it's just very high in sugar, and I don't think they use dairy. And here's a frozen daiquiri bar, and to the left is a Raiders only store. And I don't believe the new Raiders stadium has opened yet. And even if it was finished, it's probably close to being finished, but even if it was, they couldn't open it because of the coronavirus. And here's an art gallery and a gift shop. But the new football stadium it's not really too far from here. It's maybe about a mile away. And I'm sure like when they do open it, it's going to be also very crowded. And more shops. This one is called Karma and Luck. It's like I don't know what they had in there. Various like stones and granite. Anyhow, continuing on. Here's a clothing store, looks like sportswear. And ahead is a candy shop. It's called Lick. And it says, "What color is your tongue?" Let's see what's going on in Lick today. Just a lot of sugary sweets. And to the left, here's a Pandora store, which, let's see what's going on at Pandora. Looks like a lot of women's jewelry. They usually also have like handbags as well, but that one does not. And to the right here is a Chappelle hat store, which, like the name implies, they have a lot of hats. And to the left is a burger bar. And over here looks like a pizzeria. It's called Vegas Slice. So let me see if I could. It says an 18-inch pizza is $30. And there's a pretzel shop. And we're just about to the Luxor Hotel here. We are now inside of the Luxor, and the entire walk was all indoors, air conditioned, and there's the giant Luxor atrium. And I believe this would be on the second floor of the Luxor. There's a sushi bar off to the left, and the gift store was on the right. And up ahead is one of the Luxor obelisks. It's a giant concrete column, pretty much right in the center of the hotel. And that will conclude our tour of the Mandalay Bay and shopping area. Thank you.